All right, going to play another NBA crossover grid. This one, luckily, it looks like has the Nuggets in it, so it should be easy for me. I need to find somebody who's been on both the Nuggets and the Celtics. First guy that came to mind was Bol Bol, but I want to do a little bit more obscure, I guess, and go with PJ Dozier. Only 2.6%. Nuggets and Bulls. These ones are coming quick. Shaq Harrison, 4.3. All right, so a LeBron James teammate. I mean, Birdman is the first one to come to mind, but he's a little obvious. Mike Miller. I might just go with Mike Miller, honestly. I feel like that'll have a higher percentage than the other two guys so far, but oh, never mind. That's been the least so far, actually, 1.6. That kind of surprises me. All right, now it's going to get a little bit harder. Spurs and Celtics. Aaron Baines, honestly, is the first guy that come to mind. And if you guys watched my last one, I did a lot worse. I mean, I got every one right, but I just took forever to think of each one. This one, it's like almost instant, 6.9%. So that's the worst one so far. Spurs and Bulls. Pau Gasol is the first guy to come to mind, but he's too obvious. There's Doug McDermott. Also, I feel like a little bit too obvious. I don't know if LaMarcus Aldridge would count because LaMarcus was drafted to the Bulls, but he got traded before he ever played for the Bulls. Man, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that would be less obvious. I'm just going to go with Doug McDermott. That's definitely going to be our worst one so far. No, it actually slightly less than Aaron Baines. You probably can't read this. That's why I look over at my other screen so I can see it bigger. But 6.9% for Aaron Baines and 6.3% for Doug McDermott. Now we got LeBron James teammate with the Spurs. Danny Green is the first one to come to mind. Richard Jefferson is another one. I'm just going to go with that. 14%. Okay, yeah, that's definitely our worst so far. I wonder what Danny Green would have been. Next one, Kobe Bryant teammate who also played for the Celtics. Man, I feel like there should be an obvious one here. I can't even think of an obvious one. Matt Barnes never played for the Celtics. Jody Meeks. Just trying to think of random Lakers players. Brian Shaw. I think he was actually drafted to the Celtics. Pretty sure. Former head coach of the Nuggets. Yep, there we go. 1.3. That's our lowest so far. Kobe Bryant teammate from the Bulls. Another kind of blast from the past, but first person I thought of was Horace Grant. 8.7%. So now a teammate of both Kobe and LeBron. This should be easy because the Kyrie trade, well, not the Kyrie trade, but the aftermath of the Kyrie trade, which was the second Isaiah Thomas trade from the Cleveland Cavaliers to the Lakers at the deadline when LeBron, that 2018 Cavs team that he dragged to the finals mid-year that season in the regular season, he completely blew up the whole team and got, a bunch of new players. One of those big deals was Isaiah Thomas going to the Lakers in exchange for Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance. There might have been somebody else in that deal as well, but those are the two that come to mind. And the least obvious out of those two, I feel like would be Larry Nance. I want to say, I would feel like more people would probably guess Jordan Clarkson, but might be wrong. Larry Nance Jr. There we go. I want to see what percentage he was, but we'll see that in a second. All right, so the most obvious people, Denver and Boston, was Jeff Green for 46%. Honestly, didn't even think of him. The first person to come to mind was Bol Bol. And then Spurs, Celtics. Oh, that's pretty obvious with Derek White. Kobe. Okay, yeah, that one's obvious. I didn't even think of that though. I did think of that. He was 44% there. DeRozan was, definitely most obvious for Spurs and Bulls. Nate Robinson, Nuggets and Bulls. Makes sense. KCP, LeBron and Nuggets. I'm surprised Birdman wasn't or J.R. Smith also. I just thought of that too. Danny Green, yep, he was the most obvious here for the Spurs. And then Shaq again for teammates of both LeBron and Kobe. I didn't even think of that, to be honest, either. And Larry Nance Jr. was a 5.2%. But yeah, there we go.